along with these many efforts to investigate and sabotage the Democrats and Nixon's Democratic opponents, there was a similar effort conducted by many of the same people to investigate, infiltrate, and sabotage the anti-war movement that was opposing the war in Vietnam and Nixon's policies with regard to the war in Vietnam. And Daniel Ellsberg was one of the targets of those efforts because Daniel Ellsberg, previously a top advisor to the Pentagon with regard to Vietnam, had leaked to the New York Times and the Washington Post a secret study of American policy in Vietnam that he had been involved in constructing, and which demonstrated that the American government had frequently lied about Vietnam. And Nixon was outraged, as was Henry Kissinger, and Nixon and Kissinger eventually forced an effort to investigate and try to sabotage Daniel Ellsberg, and that involved a burglary of Daniel Ellsberg's psychiatrist's office.
And he was going to face the rest of his life in jail, Ellsberg. His trial was going on at this time.
Yes, he was charged with offenses under the Espionage Act, and he was facing a potential total of over 100 years in prison.
For releasing the Pentagon Papers. And what was the judge's reaction in his trial when he understood what had taken place? Well,
as a result of the Senate Watergate Committee's investigations, in the middle of 1973, an enormous number of revelations came out, including those pertaining to Ellsberg and what Nixon had and the administration had done to him. That included not only burglarizing Ellsberg's psychiatrist, but wiretapping various people involved in the anti-war movement, wiretapping various people who were suspected of leaking. John Ehrlichman, the domestic policy advisor, had actually approached the judge in the Pentagon Papers case and offered him the directorship of the FBI while he was judging the Ellsberg trial. And when all of this came out, the judge dismissed all charges against Ellsberg because the case had been so prejudiced by the administration's behavior.